church to come and look at some stuff. There was some stuff available. All right, and just take a look. 390 short block, 30 over, with running engine, 2 sets of chrome valve covers, heads, new oil pan in the box, bell housing, and a C6 automatic transmission. That is the huckleberry for Waylon, it turns out. So I've been trying to figure out what I was going to do for a transmission for Waylon, and it looks like a gift horse looked me in the mouth. This transmission was actually given to me, but let me change my church shirt and we'll get unloaded and we'll talk about that. So we got the loot unloaded, and before we go any further, I want to remind everyone, please hit that subscribe button, because when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to build a motor here on the channel, and I'm going to give it to one of y'all. No strings attached. You just have to be a subscriber. So I guess technically there's one string attached, but it's a tiny string. It's more like a thread. So subscribe, tell your friends about it, get the subscriber count up to 1,000, and we're going to give away one of these FE motors. We're going to go through it, build it, and give it away to a subscriber. Just help me get the subscriber count up. Now, let's look at the goodies we got and what we're going to do with them. All right, so let's talk about the score here and how it affects our budget on Waylon. I'll show you everything in just a second. We just got everything unloaded out of the truck. So backstory, a guy that I consider a friend called me, and basically he had bought some stuff and kind of collected some parts, as we all do, and he had some extra stuff laying around. Well, he called me, and I went up there to pick up a 390 short block for a completely different project. But while I was up there, he said, "What transmission are you using in that truck?" I told him I hadn't made up my mind yet. I wanted to do a 4-speed. Budget was getting kind of tight. Didn't think I was going to have the money. So it's probably just going to put the 3-speed on the column back in it to come out of it. And he said he had sitting there a C6 that came out of a, I think he said he bought a Fairlane that it came out of, I think. Maybe the motor came out of a Fairlane, I don't remember, but he bought a vehicle and that motor, that transmission was in it. He told me that he would give it to me. He wasn't sure if it needed rebuilding or not. He was honest about it. It came out of a running driving vehicle, but he didn't drive the vehicle, so he doesn't know if it was slipping, doesn't know if it's perfectly fine, doesn't know. But he gave it to me, and in fairness, I'm gonna claim it on the budget for donated parts from a friend here. We have that little budget we use. I scrolled around on Marketplace and I found some core C6s, and I found them everywhere from $150 to $300. So I'm gonna shoot kind of middle of the range somewhere, and we're gonna call it a $200 donation. I think that's fair. So I'm gonna take $200 off the donated parts right here. And that leaves me with $150. I'm gonna write down what it's for. That leaves me with $150 in the donation bucket. That is the equivalent of what we've gotten from Waylon now when we picked it up. So let's look at this haul and look at some of the parts that I picked up that I'm gonna be using on some of these other projects around here. And may even use some of them on the Galaxy just because, why not? But I may use some on some of these other engines laying around here because I still have some other engines to build. But we picked up some good haul, and some of them is gonna go on my wall right here because y'all know I love valve covers, and if you see them in the background, my goal is to get them all the way around the shop right here. And I picked up 2 sets of pretty cool valve covers, and we'll look at those too. So now, with all that being said, I'm gonna have to kind of probably try to rebuild that transmission myself. Never built an automatic before, but this looks like a good one to go through. Let's look at what we got here. So here we have just a C6, nothing special, just a C6 that's made for an FE engine. C6 is a good transmission. It's just a 3-speed, but it's a good tough transmission. It is going to suck a little power to turn it, but it's a good transmission that we can try to get in there and do a little boogering around with, and maybe do a shift kit and maybe do a manual valve body in it. All depends on how much those parts cost. I have not priced them, so don't get hairy on me yet. So we may do some things with this transmission to make it as good as we can possibly get out of it. Here's a 390 short block. I know he said this came out of a Fairlane. It's a 30 over motor, and honestly the bores and all look pretty good in it. So I wanted it because I needed another crank, but this motor will probably get vatted and cleaned up, and we'll do some measurements and all, and I may go through this motor and freshen it up and do something with it. Here's the new stock replacement oil pan. It's just a Summit brand oil pan, nothing special. But that'll probably go on Waylon just to save me from having to rebuild one. Check out these valve covers. Both sets are chrome. These need to be cleaned up. These are Ford Motorsports valve covers, which are cool. And then these are the chrome powered by Ford valve covers. So we got some more valve covers to go up on our valve cover wall back there. Awesome stuff. Let's look in the back of the truck. There's still some more stuff back here. Back of the truck, we've got a set of Cobra Jet heads. There's no valves, no springs, nothing like that. It's just the bare heads, but they're Cobra Jet heads that I picked up. Got a bell housing, block plate, stuff over there. Got an oil pan here that's had a window installed in it. Now I know you're thinking, why did you pick that up? Well, two reasons. One, it was free. That's always a good reason. And number two, you can look at it and tell it's a stock pan that somebody cut and modified to make it deeper. So if I ever decide I want a deeper oil pan for any reason, I'm just going to cut right along that weld right there, plop that off, and then I can put that onto another oil pan and make me a deeper one. At the end of the day, it was free, so it's not like it cost me anything to get it. I was already getting other stuff, so I just piled it up there. There you go, guys. We got our haul of goodies home. Just getting the truck pulled out. I've got some work that I need to do. You can see boxes stacked up. There's a pile of boxes over from stuff that we've had to buy in the last few days. Got stuff around here I got to get done, and I wanted to make this video early, and I wanted to go ahead and drop it because, I got a summons for jury duty this week, and maybe they don't want me and I can actually get some work done. My luck, it's going to be some important trial, and I'm going to have to be stuck there being part of it, and I'm not going to get to do anything for a while. So, yeah. Anyway, I wanted to get a video out and get it dropped real quick so that at least there was something out there. Y'all please subscribe, share with your friends, help us get to that magic 1,000 number. And once we do, we're going to build an FE here and give it away. Like I said before, if we can get to 700 before the end of February, I think it only leaves you like a day or two, maybe even a day. Here's what I'll do. I like spending that a little bit. I'll give you another week. If we can get to 700 within this coming week, then when we get to 1,000, we'll freshen up the Betty White motor and send it to a new home, because at the end of the day, Betty White motor kind of has a little bit of a lure and a little legend behind it. It's kind of one that saved our season, so we'll get it done and get it sent out to somebody if that's what you want. But we can worry about all that later. Just please help us out to get to that 1,000 number and give us a subscribe. I hope the Lord blesses you today. I hope your day today is better than it was yesterday, and it always goes in your favor. So we'll see y'all next time. Wish me luck with my jury duty summons. We'll see y'all later.